What is up, you guys? Sage here. Two things. Number one, you want to dream so big that other people's dreams fit inside it. And the second one, I may forget later on, and you'll forgive me for that, but I want you to take that home too, which is your dream versus other people's dreams. The stronger dream, the more powerful, vivid dream in that moment will win whatever moment. In any given moment, the most powerful dream in that moment will win that moment. Okay? So, first and foremost, your dream, especially as someone who wants to lead, who wants to do something really, really big, and who wants to be working with a certain level of talent. I think that's where this really comes in, is in building this massive thing, you realize that you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it alone. You're going to need killers with you. You're going to need people who are genuinely vested in doing big things with their lives, and who have genuine levels of talent. And with those genuine levels of talent, there has to be a certain purpose behind it. There has to be a certain drive behind it. There has to be a certain dream. And so you have to dream so big that those people's dreams can fit inside your dream. And this goes back to something that I talk about sometimes, which is a 9 to 5 is typically going to be the compromise. It's typically going to be accepting a paycheck instead of your dream. And I talked about this. There's actually a video that dropped on Sunday morning. If you want to go check it out on TikTok, where I talk about that paycheck is you saying there's a price on your dreams, and you are foregoing your dreams in order to take this paycheck instead. However, this concept, when I stumbled on it, completely changed my stance on that, because it is true that you can be working for someone, you can be working with someone and building a common vision. You can be subordinate to someone, you can be working under someone, and you're still building your vision of your life. A great example would be, you come in, you work for Sage Consultation, and say you're a software developer, you're an engineer, or whatever the case is, and you had intended to perhaps one day open up something of your own to aid and help businesses, make starting a business easier, make you know, the marketing and sales aspect of smaller businesses better. And so my vision is to be a holding company and own percentages of companies across the continent, and aid and install my team and my knowledge through that team in order to help those businesses grow a lot faster, and therefore creating jobs at the largest scale possible across the entire continent, right? That's a pretty big dream. And so if your dream as the software guy was to make a technology that is to achieve that same dream, and I so happen to have a big platform to go with my dream, or I so happen to have whatever it may be just the charisma, it may be you don't have the sales ability to sell your dream, but your dream fits into mine. And so in that case, yes, you would be perhaps working a 9 to 5. You would take weekends off, whatever the case is, and you may not be pushing as hard as I am. Or maybe you're also a driver, especially when we come to creating these massive things. You need people to not only want to work, or not only be able to do things for you, but to do things for you and not have to report to you. And you want people who are going to be able to drive. That's the final level of really trying to create something big. Is you're going to want to have drivers on your team as well. And so with the combination of all these things, what I'm trying to get to is your dream has to be so massive that even people with visions and dreams can identify with your dream and see their dream inside yours. And that is how you're able to capture talent. That is how you're able to work with people who are not willing to compromise their dream in order to accept a paycheck and live a certain lifestyle. Because to get to a certain level of talent, you have to be motivated by more than money. Otherwise, you'll stop. Otherwise, you'll quit at a certain price point. And so, in order to not only be that person, be that driver, whatever it is in terms of your own company, but in order to attract those people to want to work with you, in order to get those people to roll with you. And this is leadership across the board. I'm just specifying in terms of business, because that is my interest, that is what I'm into, and that is where I applied this first, and the person I heard it from was a business guy as well. But you can actually apply this across the board. You can take this to a sports team. You can take this to whatever the case is, and you'll find that if your dream, if your vision is the biggest vision, and then we go into that second point, which is the most powerful dream in any moment will win that moment. And so, if your dream is the bigger dream, is the more powerful dream, even if you're working with someone else who's also a killer, who also has this big vision, who also is trying to achieve these massive things, maybe this person has certain numbers in terms of sales goals. Maybe they're trying to be the best salesman to ever come out of Africa. Maybe they're trying to, that's a pretty massive dream, but that dream fits inside my dream. And that's just what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. If is the most powerful dream in any given moment is going to win that moment. And so, if your dream is the dream that is able to capture and have room for people with genuine vested interest in flourishing to come into what you have going on and add to that and have that be a part of their story, or have their story be playing a role in a much bigger story, but still achieving whatever goals that they had, that is how truly massive, incredible things are achieved. That is, people say that there is no secret to that massive. That's the secret. It's just that. Yes, underneath, this is a very bucketed term, a dream, especially actually genuinely achieving a dream. Very, very bucketed term. And there are lots of micro skills underneath that would lead into being able to be a leader. What is being a leader? Well, you need to be able to recruit, you need to be able to control, you need to be able to manage, you need to be able to work with people, you need to be able to sell your dream, your vision to different people. You need to be able to accept their criticisms of your dream and counter those arguments, or take in those criticisms and actually make minor adjustments. It's stubborn. Jeff Bezos said it's stubborn with the vision but flexible with the details. And so I'm not going to make today's video too long, because I have some, talk about the dream, and dreaming is fun, but that there is the work to do. And we always need to keep that in mind. And we always need to keep our future self in mind, in terms of we don't want to let that guy down. That guy needs us today to perform at a certain level, so that they know that on that day they're capable of certain gears of performance, informed by the actions that you took at that time. And we're also building the foundation that is who that person is. We are building the core memories that indicate what is possible to them, and that if they could do that, then now that they're at that place, knowing what they know, then what can they accomplish? And so we do try and feed and inform that. But I want you to take away, again, those two things. Number one, dream a dream so big as a leader. If you want to be the front runner, if you want to be someone who, and this is not a very, I'll say this quickly before I let you guys go. Leadership is not something where you're the most arrogant, where you are trying to boss people around and you're trying to make orders. No, a leader is the most helpful, the most useful person in the organization. A leader is someone who is genuinely trying to get the best out of their team. That is what great leaders do, and that's what quantifies a great leader, is someone who's not only able to bring the best out of himself. It is said that you cannot be a winner if you're the only person winning. And so leadership is that ability. And also, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'll hit it, because there's incredible wisdom in the words that are, those who humble themselves will be exalted, those who exalt themselves will be humbled. There is that very natural um, action reaction that happens. If you're not a biblical man, you want to take it to science. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so if you come through and you apply yourself and you are super helpful to people in achieving their dreams within your dream, then how much bigger can what you accomplish be? It can be so much bigger. And so don't confuse leadership with dictatorship, or anything, any other kind of ship or boat. It's none of those. It's really its own very unique and beautiful thing, if you let it be, if you allow it to be, and never misconstrue it for for the times when you've seen it done wrong. And so, all that being said, the two things that I want you to take away is when you dream, when you have that dream, your dream should be so big that other people's dream can fit inside it if you want to be that big leader who is um, aiding and helping massive dreams come true. Then other people's dreams should be able to fit within your dream and within the achieving of that massive larger goal. Number one. And number two, the most powerful dream in any given moment, the most powerful dream in that moment is going to win that moment. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I do love and appreciate you guys. Standing on business. I've been Sage, signing out.